Ever dreamed about retiring early? It sounds really good to have the time and freedom to enjoy the things that are most important to you, whether that is more time with friends and family or the opportunity to pursue a new passion project. But retirement financial security is not something that just happens. It requires preparation, dedication, and yes, money. What steps can you take to achieve the retirement you've always imagined? After all, retirees want to take advantage of all the opportunities they missed out on while they were working. The possibilities are essentially limitless, which include exotic vacation getaways, joining marathons, or perhaps even creative writing. We'll be sharing 5 investments with you today that you should think about making in order to retire early. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe to the Inlet Financial Coaching channel. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Healthcare. The events of 2020 were unsurprising. History reveals that pandemics have occurred at various times, with the most recent one being in 1918. It was heartbreaking beyond words, but as technology started to advance so quickly over the past century, life expectancy also started to increase. We came to understand that we can easily live 70 or even 100 years if we took better care of ourselves. The year 2020 served as a warning that if we stop putting an emphasis on our health, everything we have accomplished could be lost in the blink of an eye. Years ago, you would be fortunate to live past the age of 50. Today, life begins at 50. But that just tells part of the story. The second is that we can develop technology that will help extend our lives. For instance, mRNA was thought to be a sham for a very long period. However, Moderna entered the scene and developed the first mRNA vaccine, allowing you to produce comparable cells without injecting the virus itself. We can produce medications more quickly, more effectively, and more affordably thanks to this technology. From then on, everyone who placed an investment in Moderna has profited greatly. But biotech businesses are still starting to take off. Number 2. Online education. The explosion of the internet has made education more broadly available. Therefore, the year 2020 encouraged everyone to switch to online education, and it appears that within the next 10 to 20 years, this sector will boom. Nowadays, you can essentially get any information online, discover anything on YouTube, and hone any skill from your favorite blogger. In this industry, you can invest in a variety of ways. Clearly, there are also more conventional methods, such as education-focused companies, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, or corporations with stock market listings. If you are naturally gifted enough at something, you could even jump into this industry all on your own. Number 3. VTI. The VTI ETF offers a highly diversified and low turnover portfolio for a reasonable price, while attempting to emulate the structure of the U.S. equities market. It is ideal for long-term investments because of its relatively low fee. The S&P 500 is typically mentioned when someone suggests an ETF, although there are other ETFs available. While the S&P 500 companies are excellent, they're not the only businesses in the country. Millions of enterprises existed in the U.S. as of 2019, and several of them are listed on the stock market. You therefore want to gain from the overall economy, not just the top 500 corporations. There are many outstanding businesses that are not included in the S&P 500, including Tesla, which only joined recently. Number 4. Climate tech. The world has literally changed since the discovery of oil in the late 19th century. It sparked the development of cars, aircraft, and rockets. It resulted in the largest infrastructure project in U.S. history, which helped to shape the whole nation. Actually, if you look back 100 years, oil was just the commodity that made the world's richest person and the first billionaire in America. Young John Rockefeller rapidly began growing his empire after realizing the value of his commodity and effectively established a monopoly in the nation. He had more money back then than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk put together. His empire was divided into 4 different entities as a result. These businesses are the best in their field and are still around today. The world's geopolitics have also been impacted by this sector, which has made Middle Eastern rulers extremely wealthy. Aramco, a state-owned Saudi business that controls the nation's oil supply, is now the most valuable company in the world with a market value of over $2 trillion. But, as they say, nothing is permanent in the world. Even though there is still a lot of oil available, it has hit its peak in 2019. The current trend is declining. Oil will become more and more expensive to extract, which will either cause oil prices to keep rising or result in oil companies being unable to make a profit. Consequently, the need for renewable energy will continue to grow. Additionally, the future of mankind as a whole is in jeopardy due to the problem of climate change. The climate technology sector is being driven by these 2 forces. The next 100 years will be shaped by renewable technology, just as oil dominated the previous 150 years. Startups in the climate technology sector have already raised a record $32 billion globally in just 2021. Year after year, this number is simply going to go up. So, if you would like to invest and ensure that it will only increase, consider doing so in this sector. Number 5. REITs. You have complete control over this sector, which offers reliable cash flow and it constantly sends you paychecks. Sure, a certain level of management is necessary, but to a certain extent, it is manageable. But not everyone finds that fun. It will present a lot of problems. You must look for tenants. When something starts to break down, you have a million things to take care of in addition to fixing it, paying taxes, and renovating it. It takes a significant amount of time. The constant rise in real estate values is what makes it so dynamic. They will quickly recover even if they crash. Consider the worst real estate collapse of 2008. Prices have increased dramatically since then. So, how do you make real estate investments without really purchasing any real estate? Simple. REITs. Businesses that hold and manage real estate include REITs, which are typically traded on the stock market. Therefore, by investing in an REIT, you are ultimately investing in real estate. Retiring early doesn't have to be just a dream. Whatever path you take, early retirement will need commitment and self-control. But it can be a very fulfilling experience if you're prepared to put in the effort. Make sure to think about these 5 investments if you want to retire early and have a happy, secure, and enjoyable retirement. That's a wrap for this episode, which we hope you enjoyed and learned something from. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Inlet Financial Coaching channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.